Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, today we are going to cover lambda expression. I got so many comment on how to write lambda expression and how we can simplify the lambda expression. So, and after that we will also discuss the functional interface. How we can. I'll also let you understand how to write lambda expression easily. So, uh, by not wasting any time, let's start. Before Java 8, suppose we have an interface and we have a method inside it. Suppose I have created a interface called itest1 and there is one method void show. So to implement this show method, what we need to do is in one of our class we need to implement that itest and then implement that override that method show method. So suppose I want to print show. Okay, then how to call that method? Main class dot show. It's very simple. The method is in main class one main one class. So we have created an object of that class and then calling that method. Let's run this and show the output. Yeah, as you can see, this is the output. So this is before Java 8. So then how can we use lambda? Uh, to write a lambda method, we need to write like this. Suppose our interface itest I equal to I want to implement whatever method is there inside itest. So we want to implement this one. So directly copy this method, come here, paste it. As you know, for lambda, just open and close a curly braces, then give a arrow. Then we don't need method name and all these. Return type access modifier we don't need. As you know, at end of every statement in Java we need a semicolon. Put that. Suppose I want to write system.out.println inside lambda. Suppose I want to call that method, then I can directly call i.show. If you comment this one, I'll run this. We'll get the output as inside lambda. Here we don't need to implement all these methods. For your understanding, let me remove this override method. I don't have any implementation. I'm just running this method, running this class. See the output. See how easy it is to write a lambda expression. Let me create one more interface. itest2 with some method like public. Suppose int r. I'm taking two parameters int x and y. Suppose I have a this interface. Okay, so I want to use this method in the main class without implementing this interface. I test to how to write this one. Let's go to the main class. As I show you previously, let's copy this one directly. Go to the main class. Same. I test to t2 equal to paste it here. Start as curly braces and end a curly braces with a semicolon. Then remove this one. We don't need to specify the variable type also. It will take it directly. So the return type is int. So we want to return. Suppose I want to return x plus y. So you have to put a arrow as lambda. If you see this one, if you want to call this one, then we can directly paste it here. t1 dot add method. Suppose 1 comma 2. The output should be 3. Let me call this one in a system dot output. Let's print the output. If you see, the output is 3. This is how you need to write the lambda expression. Let me tell you one more thing. If the condition is if it is a single statement, then we don't need to write inside curly braces. We can do it like this. We don't need return also. Yeah, this is the output. Here also we can remove only system.out.println. If we run this again, we'll see the same output. Whenever there are multiple lines, suppose I want to print multiple system.out.println, then we need curly braces. This is how you can write lambda expression. And one more thing, in which case you can write lambda expression where there is one interface and inside that there is one abstract method. If there are multiple abstract methods, you cannot write lambda expression. If you go here, you will get one error because the compiler is confused to call which method, though we are not using the name of the method. So the compiler itself got confused to whom it will call, whether it will call the so or so one method. That's why if you want to implement a method, implement lambda, then we should inside that interface we have only one abstract method. To make it more simpler and clearer, Java has introduced one annotation called functional interface. You can annotate with functional interface where you can use lambda expression. Okay. we can call this a functional method, functional interface. If you add one more method like 2, then we will get one error. There can multiple non-overriding abstract method found in test 1, so we cannot do that, so we need to remove that one. This is the user functional interface. Then comes to functional programming. What is functional programming? Functional programming is nothing but sending the as a parameter. What do you mean by that? Let's understand this. Let's create some static method. Static void. So suppose I'm passing int I. I'll print this value I. Let me create another method display. Here suppose I'm passing string I and I'm printing string, and I want to call this method. Though these are static methods, we can call them directly. So, and we can pass 1, or I can pass equal to 10, j, and I can pass so j. Same for display. I can pass understand the why. We can pass like this, or we can pass like this, string s equal to sim understand the why. You can do the same. Yes, if we'll print, it will print the same 1, then 10, then understand the why and understand the why. This is so simple. My point is, now whatever you are passing here, either you pass 1 or you initialize a variable j and passing it. Whatever you are passing, this is data as method parameter. Here also we are doing the same, data as method parameter. Then comes to what is functional programming. What I told you is functional programming is nothing but sending the functionality as parameter. So how can we send a functionality to that parameter? Suppose I have another static method. So static method print test. I want to pass, suppose I want to pass this one. Then how can we pass this interface to this print test? There is two options. We can pass either the implementation of this class. Suppose I have another class test20 that implements test2. Let us override the method. We are passing it x, returning x plus y. Suppose we have. So if you want to pass this on print test, then we can pass test20. You can do that as test20 t20 equal to t20 dot add. We can pass 1 comma 2. Here we can pass this as implementation, as it is implementing the test2 interface. We can pass that one. This is very simple. Then also here also we are doing the same thing, assigning the thing and sending it as method parameter. Then how functional programming came into picture is, we can do, this is one way. Another way is, let me copy this one. We can pass this t1 also here. t1 is nothing but it is implementing the interface. So to run this one, instead of t1 I can directly write this one, the lambda expression inside that. I can write this same thing where we're calling the print test method, and inside that we are passing this parameter. If we run this one, we'll get the output as expected. Let me comment this out, all the system.out. In the print test we can do like this, system dot t1 dot add method. We can pass the string. So what it will do, suppose I'll pass it as 10, the output should be 11. Let me rerun this one. The output is 11 as we are calling it here, the print test. This is functional programming. Sending function as a method argument is nothing but functional programming. I think it is clear for you. As you all know how to write a thread. To write a thread, we need to, there is two ways. We need to implement the runnable interface. Suppose in this class I want to implement thread, I can use runnable interface. Remove this. I'll implement run method. Suppose here I can write sister run. To run this one, in main class we can write thread t1 equal to new thread. We can pass the classes. We can pass the classes. To run the run method, we need to create the test20 and we'll pass it here, test20, and we'll run t1.start. If we'll run this one will run the test20 run method. This one will be run. This is one way. Another way is we can create a thread t2. Instead of this, we can, as you know, anonymous inner class. We can write also anonymous inner class like thread t2 equal to new thread. We can write at the rate override. We can override the run method. Here we are printing thread.current thread.getName. Let me run this one. Then we can run it as t2.start. Let's run it. Yeah, it is printing thread 1. My question is, here the runnable is a functional interface. As you can see, it is functional interface. Inside that we have a method, abstract method, void run. So we can use Lambda for this. Let me go to the main class. Instead of creating all these, we can do it like this. As you know how to write Lambda, we can, with the arrow mark, we can do like this. t3. We can do like t3.start like this. If we remove this one, suppose comment this one. Don't comment. Let's run this program. The output will be thread 2. This one will be the output. So my question is, the one more advantages of Lambda is we can avoid writing anonymous inner class. Instead of that, we can write Lambda expression. This is how we can create a thread. How simple it is. In the next class we will understand. See, the thing is, if you write one functional interface with one method, then your project will be full of interface only. That is also a disadvantage. So what Java people did is, in Java 8 they have provided 4 interfaces, functional interfaces. Whatever condition you have, all these condition will come inside that 4 interface. In the next class I will let you know. I hope you understand the concept well. See you in the next video. Thanks.